Oh, wow. This is a job? Feels more like a vacation.
Hello, hello, hello there. Hope your atmospheric entry wasn't too troublesome. Sublight Salvage and Shipping Underground, or Slug, as we like to call ourselves. I'm the Grand Colonial Head Bellhop. I'm here to grab your bags and direct you, the inspector, to the Grand Ballroom, which... You were indeed. It's the penthouse suite, the best room in the whole Grand Colonial. Helen's death has been a shock for many. Hell, even Black Hole Birdie, Helen's beau, has wandered off. Some folks think he had something to do with the murder, but...
He did it. It's always the boyfriend.
We should ask if they're comping the minibar. This might take a while, if you get me.
Ah, I like where your head's at. These things take time. Weeks, I'd wait.
Folks get heated when it comes to serials and their actors. Not particularly. But I think some folks were jealous of her success, or otherwise viewed her as a threat. Reckon how she came about her fame didn't help. Why, she was a natural. People fell in love with her. She managed to wrangle up a following all on her own. She ended up about as famous and high-runged as your average VP, which rubbed a lot of Byzantines. I imagine... You bet it was. Rizzo's rented out the ballroom in the hotel just for the launch event. Reckoned it was gonna be a real swell affair. Rizzo's ain't unveiled the product since the debut of Spectrum Ultraviolet. Invisible to the naked eye, and as it happened, prone to causing massive and... Anyway, I think I've held you up long enough. Once you're ready, head down to the lobby. The ballroom is just behind the elevators. Meanwhile, I'll... You're certain? No.
I think I must have had something in my ear. I could have sworn you just said...
murder investigation.
Do you have any idea who I am?
Greetings, Inspector. No need to check in here. Your paperwork has all been processed. You should be able to find the Colonial right ahead. Are you enjoying the amenities?
I've been starting to play a little game as we travel. You might be a top runger if your hotel is taller than the highest mountain on Monarch.
Mr. Kincannon really knows how to run a hotel. It's a terrible shame. I absolutely adored her cereals.
I almost can't imagine someone wretched enough to do such a thing. You don't think a dissident could be here, do you?
Get up, hold of yourself. The administrator would never allow someone as
The murder has inflicted...
I've always wondered what that mascot's got in his hands. What's in the box?
Bertie Holcomb is likely beside himself in grief.
I'll bet you 10 bits this is all just some sort of publicity stunt.
I can't believe Helen's gone. We're never going to get a sequel to Terror on
With
Monarch.
Halcyon Helen gone, does that mean Spencer Woolrich will get all her...
The crime scene's awaiting, Inspector. Can't believe something like this could happen in my hotel. When I found her, I was just hoping she had a little too much to drink, but all the grievous bodily injury... You didn't ask! Anyway, I'm sure you... Sure, I'd taken to checking the ballroom every few hours prior to the unveiling. Just to make sure no sprats had snuck into the... Found her right before I was set to head back to my room in the lower levels for my mandated 5-hour sleep period. Tell ya, thank the law for caffeinoid. Been too upset to get a wink of sleep since. And hey, now I can finally... Beats all hell out of me. Maybe she was, practicing for the unveiling? What? No! Just because I found the corpse doesn't mean I made her a corpse. I was in shift all day. Besides, I loved Helen cereals. Well, the old ones anyway. The newer episodes are hot junk on a warm day. Sure? What's on your mind? Of course I did. I just told you I found the body. Oh, wait. No, of course I didn't. Plus, it's untoward for an employee to speculate about the actions of a hotel guest. Not that I saw any Honestly, you're more than a little right. I've been burning at the britches to share my theories. Day of her death, I saw Helen leave the hotel premises with the profit of profitability, and didn't see her come back. A little on the suspicious side, I think. Seemed especially strange, seeing how, as far as I was aware, the two didn't get on. Yep. Gives seminars on increasing profit margins and the like. Can't say much else, seeing how I ain't in the Far as I can recall, Helen dismissed the lady's seminars in some kind of interview. Said her co-star used them, but she didn't. The top rungers are always ready to read between the lines of famous folks and seem to think the Prophet was on her way out. Woman lost a ton of bits and is set to lose more. I hope all that helped. Everyone's got theories. I don't reckon mine hold much more weight than anyone else's.
Hello there, my inordinately esteemed guest. If my hello were any more earnest, this loudspeaker would... Oh dear. If you've lost your key, why don't you pay the hotel concierge a visit?
Welcome to the Grand Colonial. Please make yourself an...
Black Hole Birdie's disappeared.
Company gives us a discount on Spectrum Brown.
That poor fellow must be inconsolable.
Oh, thank the law. Inspector, you don't know how relieved I am to see you. Constable Maria Keene. It's good to...
Dr. Goodnight. Ecstatic to make your various acquaintances and so on. Are we finished with the pleasantries? There's something I'm excited to show you. An extraordinary contraption.
Our coroner has developed a device which may prove useful in your investigation. Our office has instructed her to hand it over to you.
Our office has instructed her to hand it over to you. Oh, please. You make it... Behold, my discrepancy amplifier. Hold it in your hands. Feel the way it hums with ontological potential. I'm so glad you asked. Allow me to... The discrepancy amplifier uses a deterministic model of our universe to detect the discrepancy between what should be and what act... Then it renders any discrepancies... Oh, goodness, no. I don't care for OSI doctrine. I just enjoy their math.
I'm contractually prohibited from endorsing off-brand technology, but you'll want to peer into the amplifier and examine...
The discrepancy amplifier is now operational. Greetings, designated inspector and/or unauthorized larcenist. This unit has detected a discrepancy related to Halcyon Helen. Unscheduled expiration of. Begin amplification. The discrepancy amplifier has been programmed with advanced speech recognition, scientific analysis, and deterministic calculus protocols.
Oh, you'll love this. Amplifier, tell the inspector...
Please do not interrupt the discrepancy amplifier. The discrepancy amplifier is...
How curious. I must have said it's impertinent.
This unit's features include an automated personality simulator. This unit has been programmed to simulate... This is a bottle of unreleased Rizzo's product. Helen appears to have attempted to use it to spell something as she expired, but all she managed was a sticky bee. Rizzo's Spectrum Brown has not yet been released for consumption. Spectrum Brown was scheduled to be unveiled at the Eridanos Atmosphere Complex in partnership with Halcyon Helen. This hypothesis is plausible, but requires additional... Now calculating likelihood of Halcyon Helen using her final moments to endorse Rizzo's Spectrum Brown. Low to moderate likelihood. Correct. Bertie Black Hole Holcomb is a registered... Accessing guest database, B. The Grand Colonial Hotel is proud to serve the following VIPs. Bertie, Black Hole. This evidence has been recorded for later reference. This footprint stands out from the normally spotless floor of the Grand Ballroom. Typically, the ballroom is cleaned twice daily, which means this footprint is a tailor-made 8.75, suggesting that its owner was very particular about their shoe size. It is also the exact size that Halcyon Helen typically prefers. There are traces of dirt throughout the footprint. Excellent observation, Inspector. The following compounds have been detected. Purpleberry residue, nitrogen-rich fertilizer, common grass. Grass, fertilizer, and purpleberries can all be found in the purpleberry orchards, located not far from the Grand Colonio. This deduction appears...
Good work, Inspector. I had a feeling we'd make some progress. You'll need Administrator Ludovico to grant you access to the orchards. Check in with the
The Purpleberry Orchards. And with the help of my description. My apologies, Inspector. I've not yet finished my audit. Oh! Why, I've worked at the Grand Colonial for about as long as it's been around. Prior to that, I lived in Byzantium, but I always felt like it was... And that something turned out to be corpses. Byzantium has much in the way of luxury. Absolutely. Usually I'm just a If I weren't here, I'd be back in my quarters, rewatching Byzantium in the spring, or working on my automatic... Oh, good. One of my I didn't expect an existential... It's a need. Just as sprats feel they must breed, or canids feel they must brutally maul each other. I feel the need to create, Inspector, I'm sure you don't want to spend 4 hours talking back and forth about the... I still have the blueprint and several extra prototypes floating around. Some of the amplifier's internal components are... Because you're the inspector. I invented the discrepancy amplifier to assist me in my own medical work. When you were hired to investigate Helen, I programmed the amplifier to assist you. You don't miss a thing, do you, Inspector? Think of the amplifier. You sure you don't want to know anything else? Oh. Oh, good. You sure you don't want to...
You know, of all the places we've been, this is the closest I've felt to this whole complex, I mean. They've got gainful... Maybe after the dust settles, they could shore up some holes and be an example to the rest of... What's up? What's with the pleasantries? You want to know something? Just ask. I didn't. I was born into security detail. That's all I know.
Something I should know? I'm afraid I must... It isn't personal, Inspector. I'm just on duty right now. Are you asking? I'm encouraged to know you're taking this job serious. Please. Norval, head bellhop. He was understandably distraught. I believe his feelings were genuine. Hotel security corroborates his whereabouts during the murder. I haven't included him in my list of suspects, but neither... I'm a little suspicious of anyone who enjoys his job as much as Norval. He's also obsessive, and obsessive passion can lead to... If there were any witnesses, none came forward. Ballroom cameras were also offline. Helen was very particular about having cameras on her. There's no sign of the murder weapon. Whatever it was that killed Helen, frankly, I'm having trouble imagining. Helen was known to carry her signature weapon, a bespoke handgun known as the Needler. There was no sign. Spencer Woolrich and Bertie Holcomb are officially persons of interest in this investigation. I've mostly ruled out Mr. Woolrich, leaving Bertie Holcomb as my... Let me rephrase that. He's your lead suspect. I've been instructed to turn this case over to your capable hands. I know. This entire affair is... Mr. Woolrich was Halcyon Helen's professional rival. It's possible jealousy drove him to take Helen out of the picture. I apologize for the wordplay. Conversely, Mr. Bertie Holcomb was Helen's paramour. The relationship was reportedly dissolved. I can't rule out her murder as a crime of passion. Woolrich thinks of himself as a serious and distinguished actor. He was frequently cast in demeaning roles, while Helen played the charismatic... I considered the possibility that Woolrich killed Helen in order to eliminate... Mr. Holcomb was in a romantic relationship with Helen. This alone is not enough to make him a lead suspect, but he... Black Hole Birdie. Please. Ask your questions. Anything else? You've got my... Anything else?
Sure thing, Inspector.
Does being on the case give us temporary immunity?
I knew I should have gotten her autograph when I had the chance.
Staring at her won't bring her back, folks.
We don't serve any drink. Are you enjoying the amenities?
If you have an issue with a hotel employee...
I'm sorry, ma'am, but while the hotel is an active crime scene, I regret to inform you that... Oh, you're the special inspector. Why, you? Oh, Mr. Kincannon. He runs all sublet underground operations in the Eridanus Atmospheric Complex, including the Grand But he keeps his office down in the warehouse district, near the docks. If you should require to meet with him and... While you're here, Inspect... For you, only the best. You'll be staying in our... The last... Simply call the elevator in the lobby and our highly skilled I'd love to, Inspector, but I don't really have the authority. Moreover, the guests... That's a good point. If they give me guff, I can just tell them that they're obstructing justice. Let me just set you up with VIP guest floor access. Done. My apologies, Inspector, but that would be a severe... All right, my supervisor just walked out of earshot. Some folks just don't understand the importance of... About whom? And what... You know, out of everyone here, I probably knew the... I'm not much of an Aetherwave watcher myself. And Helen always had a crowd of admirers chasing her, you see? So... Now that you mention it, she was usually calm and collected, but every so often I'd see her looking all wild-eyed and intense. It seemed as if she was determined about something. Or maybe she was just hungry. That woman ordered a lot of food. Maybe she... Ah, Birdie. Is he bigger than he is dumb, or dumber than he is big? I've a bet with a friend. Not sure we'll ever get it to pay out. Birdie used to be Helen's beau, though he isn't anymore, and not just because she's dead. If I had 1,000,000 bits, I'd spend everyone just to learn what caused their split. Her deal? Not making them. I'd laugh at my own comment. Didn't you hear Helen's interview? That woman is the definition of humbuggery. Anyone who gives her the time of day is a right fool. I mean, Spencer Woolrich has taken several of her productivity samples. If looks could kill, he'd have put her in the ground 10 times over. Man's clearly jealous of her success. See, I'd bet if you leave woolly cow milk out, it turns to curds. Leave either he... That's a shame, Inspector. What if I wanted to know? Then I guess we'll have to see if you find myself and all of the staff at the Grand Colonial. It certainly is a marvel of modern and... Please, allow me to answer any curiosities you might have about our building. Who would be interested in a staff-only area? Most folks never ask about the sewers beneath Rizzo's plant. Of interest to your investigation? Well, I suppose there is that one door we're not supposed to open. But I'm sorry, Inspector, I'm not authorized to grant you access to any staff sections of the hotel. You'll have to find a way in on your own. Most certainly. All the important folks can be found in the utmost parts of the hotel. You can hardly walk 3 feet without bumping into a tossball grate or a bored exec. Though maybe don't bump into them. Could be harmful to your health. Twice the size of the next biggest room, and kitted out with any amenity you want, as well as many that you won't. Best to enjoy it while you can, Inspector. Typically, the only people who can afford the penthouse suite have enough bits to suffocate everyone on Also, please inform me if Woolridge gives you a hard time about getting a better room than his. Don't tell him I said this, but everyone on staff wants to. If you're sure. Ah, yes. We are most pleased to offer you our grandest of grand accommodations, Inspector. The penthouse suite on our topmost floor is now available. The last guest left her belongings behind when she vacated unexpectedly, so we needed a... Simply call the...
What floor would you like? Next stop, the finest seat in the house.
Inspector, I understand you've visited the scene of the crime. Halcyon Helen was an important cultural icon. She will be sorely missed. Halcyon Helen was more than a character. She was a brand. Her death will now be associated with Rizzo's Spectrum Brown. You want... I do not. Spacer's Choice has that market cornered. Back to the matter at hand. Tell me about your investigation. Your discretion is appreciated. I admit, I'm beginning to feel more confident in this arrangement. Here, I'm granting you access through the gates to the orchards. You're officially authorized to see this investigation through to the end. There is one caveat. Cedric's being rather intransigent about letting you into the spaceport. Possibly he's trying to hide something. Possibly he wants to annoy me. I agree with the sentiment behind your snide remark. Unfortunately, the Piraeus spaceport is Cedric's purview, not mine. You have a lead to chase.
There is such a thing as too clean. We ought to break open a few bottles and have some fun. Make a mess. Live a little.
This room ain't so bad. I could get used to this.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. The imprint left inside this suitcase matches the silhouette of Halcyon Helen's iconic handgun, the Needler. The weapon was recently removed.
Helen, where did we go wrong? Oh, Lo, I'm so sorry. That didn't mean for... Helen, I love you. I love you so much.
think June Light would like this place? Oh, probably not. I don't think she cares much for corporate comforts.
Eridanos is a technological marvel, and they use it as a tourist destination to sell sweet.
Hi there, Inspector. It might be a... someone focused now. If you see Black Hole Birdie, be sure to get an autograph for me. Just joking. I've already got one.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Discrepancy detected. This bottle, recently discarded, contains residue from foreign substances. Chemical analysis complete. This unit has detected the following substances: oil, terrare, blood, terrare,
A lot of folk use their blood for seasoning on account of its sweetness. Don't try and use its innards, though. Only thing that can digest taro meat is a raptidon.
These substances cause extreme gastrointestinal distress in humans. This bottle contained Rizzo's Spectrum vodka. The presence of terrare biological fluids may have
About time you arrived. I see you haven't dressed the way I expect a complaint to management. Now, unless you'd like to wait... You've fallen right into my trap, Captain. Oh, don't bother to fight. How does the scenery taste? Wait a moment. You're not wearing a bellhop's ID, which must... Oh, no, this is curious indeed. What a quaint claim. You're so adorable. You've most certainly endeared yourself to me. Now, what shall I sign first? Your weapon? Your wallet? Do you mean to say you're not a fan? Well, then how did you get in here? Oh. Terribly sorry, Inspector. I didn't realize it was you. Understand that I am beyond willing to comply with your search for the fiend that did Bellamy in. You know, now that I look at you, you're the perfect reflection of me, back when I starred in The Marauder's Bane. The absolute picture of justice. Ask me anything at all. I'm sure you're joking. Perhaps I'm not in my prime, but you've no doubt seen the name Spencer Woolrich on many a serial advertisement throughout your travels. Come now, I'm sure I would have made more of an Did you ever see me in The Masked And who? I think that's a bit of a stretch, don't you? If you're going to come after me, I expect evidence, unless you want to be smacked with litigation. Smacked! Certainly. But one quick question before we begin, if I may. How was it that Bellamy met her end? Why, I'm merely worried for my own sake. Perhaps whoever came after her could come after me next. But if you don't want to tell me, I understand. Whatever happened, I hope poor Bellamy didn't suffer. Oh, come now, Inspector. What do you take me for? I'm an old man. I neither have the time nor the willpower to kill people for fun. I was meditating, of course. That's how I... Respectfully, Inspector, it is rather counterproductive. All actors have their methods. She taught me it for my role in The Unemployed Cometh. I had to lie face down on artificially heated pavement. Needless to say, being able to leave my body. Yeah, actually, only since I've been at the Colonial. The Unemployed Cometh was shot on sight. I cannot recommend her. I'll answer whatever you wish. Bellamy has been my co-star throughout the autumn of my career. I should like to think I knew her. In fact, I cannot name a single role in the last 10 years that did not involve her in some way. I'm not too proud to admit it. I couldn't get work on my own. Whether or not I wanted to accept it, Bellamy had... People kept talking about the charisma we had on screen, but I felt more chemistry with certain teacup canids than with her. As you may have been able to conclude, I wasn't terribly enamored with Bellamy, but... I suppose that is enough on that grip. I suppose that is enough.
Initiating Banter Protocol. Now, Burbage 3001 is trained to recognize all... Burbage 3001's programming is frequently upgraded to adhere to board's Banter Protocol Burbage 3001 was designed to disrupt Halcyon Helen's monopoly over the Aetherway. Burbage 3001. Anything now running Shock and Dismay Protocol. What's this? Helen's death was a murder. This unit has not yet...
Why'd Helen have to go and die in our hotel? We don't need that kind of notoriety. Zeke Hannigan, Rizzo's Rangers 16th back. Pleased to meet you. What can I do? About half my life. You know I was named third most profitable investment on 2 non-consecutive seasons, except for the guy. I spent the last season injured and almost got sold to the Hephaestus Hammers, but now I'm all convalesced. Since it's the off-season, we're helping support the launch of Rizzo Spectrum Brown. Meet the fans, sign tossball card, just between you and me. Rizzo's ought to cancel the whole event out of respect for Miss Helen. Oh, you must be that inspector people. It's a damn shame about Miss Helen. She was always real good to me and the rest of the Rangers. Birdie's taking it pretty hard. Miss Helen was the love of his life. So... I'm ashamed to admit it, but... me and a couple of the other Rangers spent the night in Constable... We didn't do anything serious, just a bit of pranks and vandalism. Guess Constable... No, we lost him somewhere along the way. Or maybe he managed to get away? But he was definitely not sharing a cell with us. Oh, Brady was mad about Helen. He was certifiable. The big galoot loved Helen about as much as he loved the game. Trouble is, Brady was not blessed with it. Helen kept Birdie steady. If he lost his temper around her, it'd be because something broke between the two of them. What? Law, no. Birdie's got a fierce temper, but there's no way he'd ever have... Miss Helen was outspoken. She made her share of enemies on account of her just between... What can I do for you?
Mental note. Next time we got cows in the cargo bay, have a woolly cow party. Wonder how much they could drink.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Multiple discrepancies. discrepancies detected. First discrepancy. A woolly cow. Woolly cows are an import species for the wilderness exploit. Second discrepancy. This woolly cow is dangerously inebriated with Rizzo Spectrum vodka. Alcohol sanguinization ratio. Zero. A brief survey of this area reveals that the most recent occupants were athletes. Insufficient. A brief survey of localized property. This unit was likely occupied.
We're the future of sublight. Just you wait and see.
You gotta teach me that.
You make it look so easy.
What floor would you like? To the lobby, we...
Ready when you are.
Who feels like getting into trouble?
We should try to solve the puzzle hedges in the orchards. The prize is supposed to be something...
Greetings, attractive patron. Please allow me to improve your drinking experience with fine cocktails. Error. This unit is incapable of murder, as it possesses no conscious will. The proper term would be destruction of company property. Neither this unit nor its corporate proprietor claim any responsibility for any destruction of company property that this unit did or did not commit. This unit is incapable of...
For what it's worth, I don't trust it either.
Search failed. Suspicious data not found.
I can't believe Helen's gone. We're never going to get a sequel to Terror on Monarch.
Mr. Kincannon really knows how to run a hotel.
How?
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Analysis of this stovetop reveals an alarming degree of grease buildup, approximating proximity to volatile gases and chemicals. Chances of an explosive combustion upon next use currently at 92.9%. Searching slug work logs. No work log found. Creating conjecture. Slug has likely not fixed this issue due to a lack of responsibility on the part of their employees. Most corporations have regular cleaning procedures to prevent damage to company property. Slug, already unlike most corporations in a variety of ways, does not.
terribly sorry, but I can't chat just now. Someone on the second VIP level just ordered 15 canid meat pies, and if I don't get to it now, it'll be... I understand your devotion. Things might change if you had something very particular to talk to me about, but I'm afraid I'm just too... I'm so behind. I'm sorry, I still can't talk idly right now. Come back if you have something very important you need to discuss. I'm so behind. I'm sorry, I still can't talk idly right now. Come back if you have something very important you need to discuss.
What floor would you like to visit? If you see Black Hole Birdie, be sure to get an autograph for me. Just joking. I've already got one.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. A single footprint, size 10, tossball cleat-sized. The soil in this residue contains a very high concentration of oxygen. Well done, Inspector. The weather monitoring station at the pilot house substitutes for a terraformer. The soil in his footprint likely came from there. Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. The charred fragments of a letter lies at the bottom of this wastebasket. Unfortunately, most of the writing is beyond recovery. The words station, meeting point, and emergency are all that can be discerned.
Well, glad we narrowed that down.
Your observation is correct.
Ooh, maybe they had to put a body in storage. That would be fun.
Someone burned this letter shortly after Halcyon had...
we go?
This is how top rungers like to enjoy nature. From far away and with a stiff drink. I get it.
It really is stunning.
I told you, didn't I? The view's fit to stop one's heart.
Really? Considering the circumstances, that's the euphemism you decide?
This place is more exciting than I thought.
I can't believe Helen's gone. We're never going to get a sequel to Terror on Monarch.
We don't toss troublemakers out.
I hope the murderer is caught soon.
But we're in the middle of a lockdown. No one's supposed to be coming or going. And when I can't get a hold of anyone in the orchards, I can't make sure of that, can I?
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. The garb on this security guard identifies him as a member of the Rizzo's Corporation. His rank would have... This security guard has experienced premature expiration. Evidence struck...
Rest in peace, buddy.
Huh?
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Hey, Crew C. It's Amelia. Evan must have gotten into the Spectrum in these crates. Listen to this.
Come out! Come out to play!
Law. He's having a grand old time. I'm gonna take him to A2 under the hotel so he can sleep it off. I'll meet you back at the orchard straight after. See you soon. Evan, come on, you slackwit.
This guard also expired prematurely, following a violent encounter with...
At least he gave his life for a worthy...
Maybe I could hold up my end if your people weren't sabotaging my operations.
Sorry, can't talk. We're busy having...
And if sabotaging the orchards weren't enough, you had to make it personal. You really had...
hold that.
What the hell are you talking? I think it's my...
I see. Congratulations, Hathaway. Not everyone's abandoned your...
Well, shame that you're trying to... Anyway, sorry for the heated reception, strange. Name's Overseeing Orchardist Hathaway. and I'm in charge of these orchards. Looks like I'm stuck playing the part of customer service rep. Guess it's different from the... Yeah, just another woe to add to the pile. In the past, the orchard subcontracted security work from Slug. You know, keep the malcontents on staff from causing too much trouble. But between the Spectrum Brown unveiling demanding all of our resources and the recent uptick in worker accidents, we just ain't... And, of course, Slug has decided that instead of being reasonable...
Look at the poor Rizzo's manager, lying about Sublight to make himself feel better. Shame he skipped where Rizzo's were short on our payments months before the new unveiling.
Look, at the end of the day, it's obvious that Slug is sabotaging us. I ain't... Oh, you know, nothing particularly troublesome. Just rogue exterminator mechanicals, opening fire on anything that... We've also got a large group of new sapling. And who could forget the tower processing console? Which probably just...
There are a suite of
It's the strangest thing. Like everyone forgot their 10-minute workplace safety seminars. But I've seen... Even as he died, he looked fairly... Thank the law, some good... You hear that?
While I'm sure you'd love to have a scapegoat on whom you can pin your own incompetence, I suspect you'll be disappointed.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! It's Rizzo's! Welcome to the Purpleberry Nut Hut, you wonderful one.
You, doing all right?
I sure am. Good lamps you got on you to take notice. Oh, that? I call it my little passenger. Don't you dare, or I'll cut something off you. Gosh, I'm sorry. I don't know where that came from. Couple of days. Ever since it showed up, I've been feeling... I really can't... I don't know. It just appeared one day. I guess I just picked it up. Sometimes Now I'd love to get you some... No, I'm sorry. The only celebrity who shopped recently is Black Hole Birdie. Quite the affable man. And the stories are wrong. Ooh, wait a minute. Now that his beau's dead, that means Birdie's single. Maybe I'll strike... Oh my! Birdie? A murder? I'm so glad you asked. The orchards are my third favorite subject. Ow, if you want... Oh, I'm so glad you said that. Every part of the orchards is so rich with Rizzo's lore. Buy a... We have 3 tour options. Premium, Premium Plus. Premium includes a 10-minute pass to the Sprat Petting Zoo. Premium Plus comes with the novelty Purpleberry and Amber, and the golden ticket is... Which kind would you like? You're in luck. We have 1 left. That's great. Thank you so much. Our alcohol stocks are larger than ever. And a good thing, too, because I just can't...
Did you know a third of Halcyonites are allergic to trees? Most spend their whole lives in ships or in...
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. These footprints match the shoes previously analyzed in the Grand Ballroom. there is a 110% chance.
You can tell a lot about an animal by its tracks. Oh, shit. You're right. She turned...
Such lovely weather calls for a harvest, I do believe. Well, sweet hello there, valued visitor.
Another one of those smiles. Start...
Why, thank you. Rizzo's does beseech you to please now. An excellent... Now, present, we call this fecund landscape the Purpleberry Orchards, since that's our main crop. Of course, tours of any excess level must be suspended during a scheduled pollinization cycle. Yes, indeedy. I've got before my morning clogging last sun. Now I'm responsible for growing every twig and berry. Heaven sweet, no. It's not like he... And the groundkeeper before that one? Well, she wasn't missing at all. Her body was found near hive control. No mystery, and certainly no Can't speak for others, but I reckon you could talk to my supervisor, the overseeing orchardist. Pollinization by killer mosquitoes, indeedy. It's cutting-edge Rizzo's technology. Of course, so you'd best steer clear of it for safety. Gosh, and goody gumdrops. Ah, you mean that lovely actor who got herself dead? Damn shame what happened to her. She did come by, but not during any official tour time. I thought she'd hired a private tour at first, but it was Dr. Blossom who was showing her the way to the RR and DD labs. Can't imagine why she'd need to meet with our head researcher on the Spectrum product line outside of her lab hours. That's right. She sure... Maybe it might have involved an issue with... Can't say that I have. We use bad batches of liquor for our pesticides. And I haven't... She wasn't, was she? Pollinization by killer mosquitoes, indeedy. When a pollinization cycle finishes or is aborted, all mosquitoes are Of course, the very last thing so you'd best steer clear of it for safety. I do hope... Why, you say that as if it's a bad... You won't find a... Happy workers, Lita, and repeat. And you know what never fails to bring a smile to my face? What kind of investigation? Oh, drat. This distresses me. I warned the orchardist this could happen when we halted our monthly bribe to Slug. They were always a... So... Did he now? That sounds about right. He has been mightily outspoken. See? Sorry, I'm not at liberty to... Of course. I can't stop you from There's a...
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints
Did I
belonging to
hear
the deceased actress known as
Maybe.
Halcyon Helen. Timeline.
Incoming! I just want to be your friend!
I just wanted to make you smile! Join us! You'll be happy trying to infect me with your sorrow!
Don't mess with us.
I want to be your friend!
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon Helen.
Rizzo's would be remiss to fail to mention the Orchard Storage Warehouse. With gaze in amazement at this warehouse is truly...
Hey! Oh, wait. It doesn't...
About as good as any other.
Ouch. Well, your candor's appreciated. Even if it... I'm sure you've guessed it, but I'm not the best at remembering slogans. But I guess... What? No, that's... Though there was the... Don't I know it? Worker friend of mine ran afoul of one of the swarms and had to get new kidneys. Not due to renal failure, but because the mosquitoes kept stinging his kidneys. Don't worry, though. I am contractually obligated to tell you that mosquitoes never get out during visiting hours. But when they do, the only way to get them to return is to go directly to Hive Control and activate emergency recall. Which isn't easy, but this is all a departure from what... Hold 'em. But there's nothing to come clear. It's not so different from being a regular worker. Oh. Laws. You've got a sixth sense for finding the most embarrassing. My mother is the Rizzo's assistant vice president of flavor testing. She set me up with this position. Much as I love delivering coffee and so much higher chance of promotion. I can... Mother did mention that from time to time, but she always... Happy to enlighten you on the fascinating world of internships. Let me know if there's any... Oh yes, I thought I saw someone who looked self-important enough to be her by the conservatory some time ago. I simply never liked the way she stole the limelight from the true star. Burbage. I certainly am. That aerodynamic... Excuse... Who? I suppose so.
What do you think you're doing?
I don't have time for this.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Stand in awe before our huge Rizzo's Hothouse Conservatory trademark. This building hosts almost as many plant breeds as we have delicious products. Almost. Are you wondering about that omnipresent warm and fragrant mist? That's just our all-natural fertilizing spray, made of pureed Sissy Pig waste products. From nature, back to nature. Our spray is part of the cycle of life. Note, Rizzo's discourages inhalation of its safe and natural liquid fertilizer. In case of accidental inhalation, please record any unusual effects and give that record to the nearest Rizzo's employee as quickly as possible. Remember, you are part of the Rizzo's family. Be kind to your family.
Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon Helen. Timeline. Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon Helen.
Hey, what are you doing in here? Are you authorized to be... No, she fell off the side of Eridanos under mysterious circumstances 6 years ago. Convenient. That can't be it either. Merciful law, that sounds like a lot of philosophism, which is highly outlawed throughout Halcyon. But I will... Bleeding hell. Standing up like this makes a... I sit inside and I look at plants. Goal is usually to make Rizzo's fruit products. Example, tried breeding native Tripicale with a foreign strain. That one. You say angry. I say efficient. Not only can our wasp keto, they come through the orchards only during pollination cycles, as dictated by our hive. Well, yes, if there's an equipment malfunction. The pollinization cycle will have... Indeed. Tromped in and out of the conservatory with no heed for anyone else. Good thing none of my charges were damaged. Starlit or not, I would have had a... I heard she pushed her way into a tour of the RR&DD labs not soon after. She's just a serial actress. Well, she's not going anywhere ever again.
Congratulations, Inspector. Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon Helen. Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Timeline discrepancy. Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon Helen.
What could that have been? Make him regret it. I'll show you happiness. I don't want to be your friend. The best way. Down they go.
Just wanted to make you smile.
Get away. Wanna give you a...
Administrator Ludovico can seem intimidating, but he's a decent fellow. I know he cares.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon Helen. Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon Helen. Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the timeline.
They got the drop on us. That's the last of them.
Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon Helen. Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Bits of wicker detected, embedded within the chunks of dark matter. Wicker is not a known ingredient of the dark matter. The only members of a tossball team strong enough to crack a stick in two are the dedicated hackers. Whatever Ms. Ruth Bellamy must have relayed to the tossball hacker during their picnic together instigated a furious increase in his usual strength threshold by 52%.
That's how breakups go some of the time. Or all of the time.
Hello? I can hear you out there. If you still possess the majority of your mental capacities, please locate the test room through the lobby and to the left. You'll see me through the glass. How in the Aether did you get in here? You're not a Rizzo's authorized. What do you want? Oh, please. Do I look like some simpleton groundskeeper to you? Ah, you must be the freelancer captain he hired to solve that. You see, I've found myself in a bit of a pickle. Some of my lab techs have turned rather aggressive. Yes. I suppose I should make myself useful. Perhaps you'll find... Excellent. You have my gratitude, and soon... Now, if you'd rather not kill my lab techs during this cleanup, I believe you can dispense a sedative gas from a terminal in the...
Your call, Captain. I don't know if the lab techs can even be helped at this point.
The door to the lower labs is sealed for our safety, so you'll need to take the elevator down.
Oh, you hate to see it.
just want to be your friend! I just wanted to make you smile!
If it weren't for the random explosive canisters everywhere, I'd almost call this cozy.
What could
Take
that
your
have
best
been?
shot, asshole.
Wanted to make you smile. Well, color me curious.
Happiness! I just wanted to make you smile!
Unauthorized access to information is a capital offense. Oh my law. It's you. Wait. What do you think you are?
We better hurry, Captain. Just when we were gonna get some answers.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Confirmation of discrepancy confirmed. This person is most definite.
These puncture marks. It looks like she was in...
Anyone else think there should be more
Well, they're definitely...
That depends. I've seen folks drop dead from a time... Whatever's on that file was worth murdering me.
The organic matter that comprises this lab worker died at a similar time and of similar circumstance as the other corpses already scanned.
It's not gonna... Oh, whoops. There it is. Okay. This is... Phew. This is Dr. Blossom. Eridanium gigaseous Slug Research Report 1. Subject, a bunch of slugs. Ugh. These things may well be Rizzo's ticket to the top of the board. But at the end of the day, they still look like my brother would if he ever stopped wearing that damn toupee. Initially found these little bastards suckling on the hairy undersides of a teacup canid. Much like my brother, who works for the Wilderness Exploitation Reserve. The backstabber. Suffice it to say that these things are parasites. The canid didn't seem to mind, but it's almost as stupid as my research staff. Good stuff. Oh, whoops. Got some spectrum on the dissection subject. It's fine. Yeah, I think I see a couple sacs in the worm. Might secrete enzymes or poison or something. We'll figure it out later. Starting to see doubles, so I'm going to switch to working on the Gatling. Almost got the spectrum lock done.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. organic matter that comprises this lab worker died at a similar time and of similar circumstance as the other corpses already scanned. Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Body heat readings indicate that the culprit was just here mere moments earlier in the timeline.
Attention all personnel. Unscheduled pollinization cycle is about to commence. Please evacuate the orchards at this time. Releasing the wasquitos for pollinization. Cycle is now in progress.
It's their mistake. Make him regret it.
Reminder, mosquitoes are aggressive pollinators who have been known to be extremely territorial. Caution advised. Mosquito venom sacs release the chemical pending state withheld that makes a single sting up to 12 times more painful and deadly than that of organic ones.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Did you know that mosquitoes will persistently chase an opponent for miles on end? At Rizzo's, we've that.
Analysis. Ground appears to be scattered with purpleberry seedlings. This particular strain is of a variety.
who have been known to be extremely territorial. Caution advised. Mosquito venom sacs release the chemical, patent pending, name withheld, that makes a single sting up to 12 times more painful and deadly than that of organic wasps.
Smile, damn it! Just wanted to make you smile!
Did you know that mosquitoes will persistently chase an opponent for miles on end? At Rizzo's, we value the dogged work ethic these noble insects display. You know that mosquitoes will persistently chase an opponent for miles on end? At Rizzo's, we value the dogged work ethic these noble insects display.
Deadly stingers are on the loose. I'll give you anything and everything you want from my collection, if you just save me.
They can't activate the pollinization cycle while guests are here. I'm filing a lawsuit.
Did you know that mosquitoes will persistently chase an opponent for miles on end? At Rizzo's, we value the dogged work
Merciful law, they're releasing killer insects!
I'll keep it down.
Gosh and golly, we might get stung to death unless someone aborts the pollinization cycle. How exciting! Gosh and golly, we might get stung to death unless someone aborts the pollinization cycle. How exciting! What do you think you're doing? Gosh and golly, we might get stung to death unless someone aborts the pollinization cycle. How exciting!
They got the drop on us.
Keep your sadness to yourself.
I'll bury you!
The best way!